Hello, I'd like to tell you about a few computer resources that I've used in my own classroom, and there'll be a link to this presentation at the end. The first is an iPad app called Daisy the Dinosaur. This is a coding app which allows young users to master simple commands to control a cartoon dinosaur. There are a set of challenges that the children can do, or, if you prefer, you can let them have free rein to create whatever they want. Another iPad app you might like to try is CargoBot. This is a fun game which allows children to practice command and execution functions. Enter the commands to sort the cargo boxes into the correct order. The trick is that the children have to enter the commands before anything moves, and complete the entire sequence unaided. The next site I'd like to show you is called Sploder. This is a game-making website. It doesn't require a lot of coding knowledge, and most of the design is made by clicking and dragging items into place. There are several different types of games to choose from, including platform games, shoot-'em-ups, strategy games, and puzzles. The next site is called Crunchzilla. This is the first website I've shown you which uses genuine code. There are a series of 40 lessons which take you through a step-by-step tutorial about how to use JavaScript, one of the most common programming languages. It starts out relatively simple, but quickly gets into more complex lessons. The site is designed for children, and it's very child-friendly. The next website is currently one of my favourites. You can find it at codeacademy.com. This site offers teachers and pupils a one-stop shop for introducing coding. There are a range of coding languages to choose from, and the site takes you through a step-by-step guide for each of them, including some really quite interesting challenges, including making a website, making interactive text which bounces around the screen, and even a virtual sun and moon model. On the website there are sections for the children to do their own learning, as well as tutorials which you can use in class, so it's a great resource for them to use at home in their own time. The next website combines coding and animation, and it's called Looking Glass. You use very simple coding techniques to move your virtual cameras around, tell your actors what to do, place props, and change the lighting. You can come up with some really interesting effects with this website, and you'll soon feel like Steven Spielberg in no time. Another animating site can be found at goanimate.com. This is a much simpler website to use and is great for young children. All you need to do is pick the scene, the characters, and then you type in the text you want the characters to say. A voice synthesizer gives voice to your characters, or you can choose to record the voices yourself. Most of the animation is automated, which means all you need to do is give the details that you want. It's quick and easy to use, and you can upload your creations to sites like YouTube. The next resource is truly amazing. It's an iPad app which gives you a virtual TV studio in the palm of your hand. You can do simple recordings with this app, but it's got so much more to offer. You can use it to make green screen effects. You can superimpose images onto the video in real time. You can even show websites and browse them as you're talking. There are far too many features to mention, so I really do suggest you check this one out for yourself. It's one of those apps you can't quite believe is free, but it is. There's also a desktop version, but it's not quite as versatile as the app. I'm a great fan of blogging, and I'd like to show you two blogging websites which you may find useful. The first is fairly unique in that you don't write as you would in a word processor like most blogging sites, but you have a virtual canvas where you can drag your text around, add in photos, images, videos and other media to wherever you want to on the screen. It's a really nice and user-friendly experience. If you want something more traditional, then there's KidBlog, which can be found at kidblog.org. This site looks very much like the traditional blogs that you're used to. The great feature about this particular website is that before any posts go live, the teacher has a chance to vet what's been written to avoid any spelling mistakes or personal information going live onto the internet. It has all the features you expect. You can add in links, images, videos, and other types of media. If you haven't got into blogging yet, they're a fantastic way to keep parents informed of what's going on in your classroom, as well as giving children a sense of audience, which is oh so important when it comes to writing. Similarly, if you haven't got into podcasting yet, a great site to try is Audioboo, which can be found at audioboo.fm. Podcasts are simple audio files, a bit like radio, and they're a really nice tool to use for reluctant writers. You can use Audioboo through the website, or you can download the iPad or Android apps. Once you've set up an account, all the children need to do is press a button, record their radio show, and then they can publish it straight to the internet. A great feature of AudioBoo is that you can embed it into loads of different websites, including sites like KidBlog, which means that for those children who find writing a challenge, they can embed it straight into a blog instead of writing. As teachers, where would we be these days without our whiteboards? This next site is a virtual whiteboard, which means you can access it anywhere where there's a web connection. But even better than that, this is a collaborative whiteboard. You can invite your children onto the whiteboard on their computers or tablets, and the changes they make will happen in real time on the big whiteboard. You can add in texts, sticky notes, and all different types of media. It's really nice for brainstorming ideas. My class have used this several times to complete their homework. The whiteboards are saved in the cloud, so you can retrieve your lessons whenever you want to. The last two sites I'd like to show you are for your own professional use. The first can be found at copy.com. This is a hard drive in the cloud, which means that you can store files into it from any internet-enabled computer and retrieve them from any device you wish, including Android and Apple phones and tablets. A folder sits on your computer, and you use it as you would a regular folder. The files are automatically uploaded to the internet, meaning you can access them anywhere and at any time. You can also share them at just a click of a button with anybody. This site has a generous 15 gigabytes worth of storage free, which is added to every time you recommend it to a friend. The last website I'd like to show you can be found at blendspace.com. This website allows you to make online presentations by dragging content into boxes. It's a great way to design a lesson, in that you can add in every resource that you need for that particular session. This means that you'll never lose your place in the lesson again, and you'll never struggle to find a resource when you really need it.